going on, everyone? This is the Popcorn Heroes review of Rocketman.
He sounds just like him.
Yeah.
I thought Elton John was in the room.
Hey, man, I'm a crooner for your life. That's what you call people who sing.
I was like, what?
All right, ladies and gents, I am Armando. With me, as always, is Pedro.
Hello.
And God's plan, Orlando.
I heard Cougar.
Kruger.
Kruger.
Crooner, like Cooner or whatever.
Oh, fuck. It wasn't what I thought.
Anyways, who gives a fuck about that? We're talking about Rocketman today.
Yay.
Ah, man, what a great movie.
What a great movie.
Agreed.
So we're going to do what we always do, spoiler free very quickly, and then we're going to dive right into it. So, Pedro, start off 1 out of 5. What did you think?
I give it a 4. Did I give it a 4.5? I give it a 4. I really liked it.
Nice. Thoughts?
I thought we were just doing the reviews. I really liked it because I'm normally not a fan of biopics because I feel they're very, like, by the numbers, they're very bland. And, real life really isn't that good. It's so, like, the pacing of movies are always off. But what made this different from the rest is the fact that they made it a musical. So, like, as they're telling the stories, different songs of his will pop up that have to do with his life. And it just fits nicely. Like, the pacing I thought was pretty damn good. And I thought the acting was great. I thought he did phenomenal. His singing was great, especially since he did his own singing. I'm talking about Taron, who played as Elton John. And just the style of it, like, everything was really good. It was a nice, like, fun movie, and it actually wasn't scared to go in deep into Elton John's life.
Yeah.
So I'm in my mind, I'm always comparing it to Bohemian Rhapsody, and I think it's way fucking better.
Yeah.
So hopefully this movie gets the love it deserves.
Orlando, what did you think? 1 out of 5.
I would go with 4.5, 4.3. I really liked it. I agree with Pedro. I was sat next to you during the movie, and I didn't know that all his songs, but there were like a lot of songs. I was like, oh shit, I know that song. Oh shit, I know that song. And I like that. Like, it, even for people who aren't huge fans, his catalog is so wide and so popular that you're gonna find tunes that you know.
Definitely.
I didn't like the kid actor that played him, and I didn't like his singing. Not that he did bad. I guess I just wasn't really into it. And the moment it transitioned from the kid actor to
Taron,
that's it. I was in. I was fully in. I was fully committed. I was like, this movie's great.
Yeah.
Even that dance sequence, I was like, that's it. I'm in. And from there on, I thought the movie was great. It was good. It's a great story.
Yeah. I give it a 4. What kills me is literally the beginning of the movie. But like you said, like his whole childhood kills it for me, which is literally the beginning of the movie.
It's needed, but
it's highly needed because you need to give him the backstory of why he is the way he is.
Right.
But I just didn't click with the rest of the movie.
And the thing is, for me, is like, I liked it in sense like when the kid is acting and everything. I guess I just didn't like the musical notes. It
was just off. The whole thing was off.
Yeah. But I liked everybody else around the kid's family. Like the kid's family, I liked. Like the mom, I liked the acting. I liked the dad. Yeah. I liked the grandmother. Like everybody, it was just the kid is what kind of threw me off.
And I do enjoy, the whole set pieces and how they were telling his story through the music.
Right.
Like there are scenes in the movie that just kind of when you're watching it, you're like, oh man, that looks kind of fake. We'll get into it, very brief, right, in a bit. But there are scenes that happen. They're like, oh man, that transition happened so fast. But just like they weren't downplaying anything. That's essentially what has happened in his life. It was that fast, and I just like those transitions that movie had from the musical numbers, how he went into one thing to the other, and the music itself. It was great, and especially the end. So I really enjoyed the movie. And just the beginning killed it for me, and I think that's why if the beginning was stronger for me, I would have rated it even more higher than what it was supposed to be. But again, the beginning is so necessary to tell his story and the reason why he acts the way he acts within the story, which is within his life. Right. This is a fucking biopic. I do believe it is better than Bohemian Rhapsody. 'Cause
Most definitely.
it doesn't pull the punches, and it tells a tale in a different manner, so it feels so much better to me. And it just upsets me that it will never get the recognition it deserves because of the time period it dropped in and how it drops against another blockbuster. And it's a shame that it dropped this way. Like, it should have dropped the same way Bohemian Rhapsody did, later in the year or some shit like that, in November or September or whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't a summer movie.
It's not. Biopics.
It needed to release an Oscar season.
Biopics are not blockbusters, dude. They're not. And what's worse about it is reading articles about the fucking studio head saying, "Oh, we really thought it was gonna be really great content programming to what's gonna be the blockbuster for the summer." I'm like, no, motherfucker. You essentially saying that means you sent this movie out to die. Like, summer blockbuster movies don't need counter programming. They call it summer blockbuster for a fucking reason, So it's just unfortunate that it would never get the recognition it deserves. Especially like Pedro was mentioned that Taron Egerton fucking sang and all the songs, and Rami Malek didn't sing shit for Bohemian Rhapsody. So it's just kind of like, damn, dude, that fucking sucks, man.
Yep. The skill is definitely up there. And he unfortunately doesn't seem like he's going to get that much love for it.
No, he's not. And you don't see the buzz around it. Like, he acted, danced, and sang. And like, fuck, that's hard, But whatever. It is what it is. We got a great film out of it. Let's jump up. But before we do that, Pedro, would you recommend it?
Absolutely.
Orlando, would you recommend it?
Oh, absolutely.
Armando, would you recommend it? Yes, I will, Armando. It's a great movie. Let's jump into the spoilers. Spoilers ahead, everyone. We're going to talk about spoilers now.
Cool.
So if you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. Come back. If you haven't and you don't give a fuck, let's continue along. Spoilers ahead. Get it.
Yeah, I could see what you mean about the beginning was like a little slow, you said. And yeah, I could see
the pacing was off, yeah.
Yeah, the pacing, I guess it was a little off. But I was into it. Once it turned into like musical mode, I'm like, okay, I know. Because I knew ahead of time that it was going to get weird, but I didn't think it was going to be a musical. This movie's a straight up musical biopic. Musical.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, this is where they're going with this. And I'm like, oh, cool, it's playing his songs.
Probably the weirdest scenes was when he first started playing and then everybody started jumping and then like everybody's floating.
Yeah.
That's one of the weirdest scenes. And then
I really like that scene.
Yeah, and then when he OD'd on the pills and they pumped the pills out of him and they went through that whole transition.
Yeah, that was a cool scene.
That was like the weirdest parts of the movie. But other than that, like, it was a straight up musical, like you said.
Yeah. I liked how they're telling the story. Like, it starts off with him coming in with like the fucking devil horns and shit, like super flamboyant.
Yeah, he's already made it.
Yeah. He just sits in. I'm Elton John.
Yeah.
And he just goes straight up down the list. I'm a fucking sexaholic. I'm an alcoholic. I'm all these drugs. I'm a fuck up, like everything. Yeah. And this is my story. I'm like, oh. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stories like this that have done the whole, here's my story now. And, like. Yeah,
and it always ends up at either like the moment of like shit's about to get good for me or I'm about to hit rock bottom. Right. And then we start from the beginning until we hit rock bottom. Yeah.
So it's typical, but they did it with style.
Yeah.
And that's where it soared for me.
Yeah.
So I really like that. It was cool seeing him, his relationship with his parents. Like, his dad was like
his parents are fucking douchebags, dude.
They're all
they didn't like him. Only his grandma liked them, essentially.
Yeah. Right. In two completely different ways, they're fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Like the dad didn't give a shit.
No love, no affection, nothing.
And I remember we were talking about this in the car, but I thought, oh, okay, maybe he's just one of those dads that he doesn't like to show it. But then later on, you see him with his new kids.
In the future, yeah.
Yeah, his other kids, and he's,
loving it. He's carrying them and giving kisses. And,
right.
Let's talk about
and
that.
it's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the mom was like, I forgot what she said. She's like, I regret ever having you. Something along those lines.
She was very standoffish.
Yeah.
She was just like, you're there. I need to put up with you, but whatever.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
So no one really gave a shit. I mean, the grandma did. Like
the grandma's the one who cared at him.
The grandmas was supporting. So it was kind of cool to see. Because I'm honestly, I'm not an Elton John expert.
Yeah.
Like, I know his songs. Like Orlando was saying, like there were a few songs where I'm like, oh yeah, that's him. I forgot. Like So Sad, So Sad. I was like, oh, what? That one's him? I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
And the I'm Still Standing. I forgot.
I didn't know that was him.
I had totally forgotten that was him.
well, since we're talking about that song essentially is the last song in the movie.
Yeah.
And what was great about it is that that's actually the music video, and they superimposed Taron Egerton into it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my god, that's actually the video for
okay.
I'm Still Standing.
It is.
And I'm like, damn, this is so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, they like Forrest Gumped him.
so
They like put him into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing because he actually did everything that Elton John does in the fucking in the music video. And I'm like, oh man, this is so great. Because when it first started, I thought he was just doing the little dances, you know.
Well,
that he does.
when it started, that I'm still standing.
Yeah.
I thought that was an Elton John video. That like, oh, I guess now they're gonna. Cause I thought the movie from there ended, and you know, like sometimes the movie ends and they start old clips.
Yeah.
Of like Elton John. So I thought that right there was gonna be here's some old videos of Elton John, so you could see how much he nailed it. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was it, but then I looked closely. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's still him.
That's still Taron. Yeah. So yeah, that's exactly what they did. That they took the music video,
right,
and they just superimposed Taron Egerton into the Elton John parts. So you could literally go right now, I'm Still Standing music video, and you can see it exactly the same.
Wow.
But it was just he just killed it, dude. Like it was just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And because when it first started, like I said, I thought he was just doing the little dances because again that was the end of the movie or whatever. But then they superimposed them, like, oh my god, it's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, you know.
But when it comes, sorry, go ahead. What you saying?
No, you first.
Oh well, I was gonna go back to the parents, but rewind it. All right, yeah. So we talk about the parents, whatever. At first, I tried to like think about them as like, why do they hate him so much? And I thought like the dad had like a military background, like a very tough upbringing. So it looked like the dad was like not able.
Tough love.
That tough love kind of thing, where like he had a military background. He was, the military affected him so much that he was like very stern, like by the book kind of person, and like there wasn't room for like weakness, Mm-hmm. And the mom to me just seemed like a narcissist. Like I only care about myself, and like even with the dad, like I only cared about the dad just so I could show off. Like the mom seemed like she wanted to show off just to like get the dad mad, just for her like her own ego. So like the mom, I felt like she had like a little bit like a narcissistic personality, and then of course the grandma was just the only one backing him up. But then you see the dad later on, and like you said, he's loving to his other kids. So like, what happened there?
Right.
And I think it could be like his mom always realized he was gay, and then his dad always realized he was gay, and it was like, I don't accept my son.
I never took it that way. I just thought that
I didn't see it that way.
I think that they just fucked up.
Yeah.
Like he was probably on military leave or some shit like that. He fucked this random girl, and that's it. That's what ended up happening. So
you're saying like he hated the mom.
He hated the situation.
He hated his mom and the situation. He was like, well, you're a product of this, and I don't want to deal with this. And he probably, we're trying to understand these characters. He probably left, found a wife he loves, and in turn found kids that he loves because of the current life he has.
So I think that's what essentially happened. Because even when she came back, she's like, oh, you're back? For how long?
Yeah.
Well, you should go say hi to your kid now.
Right.
So I think it was just fucking pure hate between both of them. Right. They hated each other because of the situation they brought that kid in.
Yeah.
So like, it was a mistake. Literally, Elton John was a mistake to them.
Basically, yeah.
And I just felt that that's the dynamic that happened in the movie, the dynamic they had. Or whatever.
Reginald,
Reggie.
Right.
So
I did like how they showed how he got the name.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm thinking of calling myself Elton. What do you think about the name? That's my name. Yeah. I think I'm gonna take it. Fuck off. And he fucking took it. I thought it was pretty funny.
He just added a different last name essentially.
Basically, when he was looking at a picture of the Beatles.
Yeah. I'm obviously his favorite Beatle.
Yeah, John Lennon.
I liked his relationship with the songwriter, Bernie.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it was kind of cool because I read how they met. I'm wondering how accurate it was in the movie, and that's pretty much how it was. Like they went in there
straight up accurate,
for the meeting, and then it was like, oh, here you go, just grab this one and take it, and then that's the one.
It was chance. It was literally chance.
Yeah.
It was nothing of like educated. It was not straight up like, oh, let's think about this. Like who's best here? It's literally like any random envelope. There you go, buddy. Take care. Have a good life.
I thought that was cool.
And because Elton John explained it like that was literally a chance meeting between them.
Yeah.
It was never planned.
Yeah. And
it just ended up working for the best, And I love the fact that he kept mentioning that like he's the only one I've never fought with.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like there are even parts in the movie where things are getting heated and they kind of just go like And then they
I'm
hug.
sorry, man.
Yeah. And then they hug, and he's like, I know.
Yeah, like they're mad at each other, but they're not like arguing. They're not like raising each other's voices. They're not. Well, they Elton did raise his voice at them, but they're not like going at each other's throats or they
Right.
hate. They're mad, but they're mad because of love.
Yeah.
Right. The love they have for each
understand
other.
the stress of each other.
Yeah, they don't have a back and forth. It's kind of like I'm venting at you, and he's just kind of like, "Fuck, all right, man, whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even backwards, he does it back to him too.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you're a fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
ODing and shit. Like, what the hell? And yeah. So
It-
it was cool.
It's literally his best relationship.
Yeah,
it really translated onto screen very well. Like I could see the chemistry between those two actors,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought it was really good.
because they were basically essentially like brothers, and it showed that like even when Elton like he's curious about his sexuality and he comes on to him, and even though like he brushes up like, hey man, I love you, but not like that.
Yeah.
It continues on to foster like this beautiful friendship like that is Elton's best and longest relationship with
Yeah.
anyone. And it's a beautiful thing to see them like on screen in that sense. Like it was very like I like that.
And like what Pedro's saying, the chemistry between the actors was great.
It just felt honest.
Yeah, like they played the part so well.
Right.
And like I think his name is Jamie Bell. I think his name is
Jamie Bell. Mhm.
like he played it really good. Like I love how they kept mentioning, oh, you're the good looking guy, so you're gonna be the lead guy. Like no.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just the songwriter, buddy. Like
Yeah.
I don't want the spotlight, you know.
Right.
I just want to make the tune. I just want to write the songs that he fucking makes everything else. Like
And-
this is the relationship we have.
And then you see that like downfall of like, oh, of course, Elton has to put on a show and be the fun facing of it all. And then of course, his Bernie reaps all the benefits of like,
Yeah.
well, I write all these songs and I'm a millionaire, and I could go out in public and
Nobody knows me.
no one knows me. I can date all these girls, and Elton can't be himself. He can't be
Yeah.
out in public and date whoever he wants because he's homosexual, and then like he has to hide who he is.
Yeah, he even had to like hire beards and stuff like that. Like they mentioned it, but they didn't really show it.
Well, he got married at the end, like towards
Right.
the end. And
But
then-
even before that, when he was with the agent, when he started
they
like
mentioned,
dating the
like,
manager, he's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, we got to get you a beard, we got to get you, like.
yeah, make sure no one knows.
So you imply in the in between years that went down.
Yeah, of course.
But they didn't really get into it because
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't important. But
Yeah.
I really liked so now we're into the manager, the douchebag of the movie.
Richard Madden.
Yeah, Richard Madden. I think he's
He was spot on, dude.
he's one of the best fucking actors out of
He's
Game of
such
Thrones,
a
dude.
Fucking asshole.
He plays a really good
Who
villain.
was in Game of Thrones?
Dude, he's Rob
He's
Stark.
Rob Stark.
Really?
The manager is Rob Stark.
Yeah, the King in the North, the first one.
Oh, that's him?
That's him.
Yes. You didn't know that?
I didn't know.
You didn't recognize him?
No, I recognize him.
Yeah,
Shit,
Red
dude.
Wedding, bruv. Yeah.
Wow. Then,
I thought I was thinking about the manager that signed them. Not
no,
the,
dude.
Oh. So the manager that signed him is actually from Snatch. He's
okay. I was
No, I mean, we're talking about the guy he was hooking up with.
right,
was his
that manager. Yeah, he did
Yeah,
good. Yeah, he did
the
good
asshole.
stuff. Yeah, he did.
He did a great job.
Yeah,
He's a perfect dick, dude.
He
Yeah.
needs to be in more shit, and honestly, he could be a villain because I know he's in that the show The Bodyguard now
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Netflix. But,
But
honestly,
what was so great about him that he was so charismatic, and at the same time he's a fucking piece
Yeah.
of shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, you're like, look at that smug, like you love to hate him. At least
Yeah.
I did. I'm like, he's milking this script.
And
Yeah.
it's funny because like even in a scene where like he's in the pool and he slaps the shit out of him, he's like, you better fucking go out there and make money. And he goes, hey guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he was just so. It was so much ease throughout the whole
Yeah,
thing.
because that was when the party was happening. So they were coming in right after the fight, and he's like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah, it was
like
just so fucking perfect the way
Yeah.
he played the entire part. I mean, he was just on point, man.
No, that's when he says,
killed it.
"Even if you fucking kill yourself, I'll still be making money off your off
Yeah.
your show." I was like,
royalties,
"Damn."
yeah.
Yeah,
And it makes sense for like in the terms of the movie and backstory of like why Elton fell so hard. Like it was like the first person to ever give him attention, and the first person to ever like falsely accept him. Like
Right.
he had played like a fiddle, but it was in the beginning. It was just like, hey, I'm everything you didn't get as a child, and so Elton fell hard, obviously, for it. So it made sense because he was trying to replace like what his mom and his dad weren't giving him.
Yeah.
It's essentially true.
Yeah.
I did like that they even because I remember reading that he had gotten married like to a woman or whatever. So it was kind of nice to see that they showed that really quickly and to
Yeah.
immediately show like, yeah,
This is not working.
This ain't
not
working.
working. Yeah.
Like honestly, it was like 60 seconds of screen time for the whole interaction.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, straight
was
up,
really great.
like bring it up and nip it in the bud. Like, yeah, that ain't happening.
And because they went there, you know what I'm saying? Like they showed him,
And they even
being
showed him,
so insecure about it.
and they showed him feel like crazy regret about it because he's still in the in the anonymous like meeting, still talking about it.
Yeah.
So.
And it makes sense because it seemed like even though it was like a beard situation, he loved that person. Like as if
Right.
like she accepted him, she loved him.
Yeah, it still was genuine love.
It was still genuine love. Just obviously like I can't be there for you
Yeah.
in that way.
I like it when the therapist asks him, "Did you enjoy the wedding? Did they enjoy the marriage or something?" He's like, "I'm fucking gay." It was so good. Like that scene was
And
so hard.
and the thing is like him coming out like. I thought it was gonna be dragged on a little bit, but it was really quick. Like as soon as like he's about to make it, not about to make it. Like the he's out there with his his old bandmates, and they're like, "So
you're a fucking puff or whatever." Like,
He's like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, I forgot to say, "Oh, what do you do about your name?" He's like, "What do you about this?" Like, what do you do because you're fucking gay? And then it's just like, "Oh shit!" Like, yeah, I'm gay.
Yeah, and then he goes, "Hey, is it true?" Yeah. All right, fuck it.
Yeah.
I forgot what he said. He said something pretty funny, but it was pretty much like, "Yeah, fuck it."
He said, "Yeah." First, he said, "I don't know," and he said, "Oh, that's okay." And then he has to tell his girlfriend because he realized, he is.
Yeah, that's what it was. I gotta tell my girl.
Yeah.
It was great. Like the whole interactions to everybody they were literally on point, man.
So one of the musicals in the movie you already mentioned was one of my favorites. Was where he jumps into the pool.
Yeah,
Like
when he
passes out.
he ODs on the pills.
Yeah, he ODs into the pool and he's dripping all the way down, and then it goes into the Rocketman song. I think it was it.
Yes, I think it is a Rocketman because it starts off and then it leads into the concert and then he blows up into.
So I just love that scene where they bring him into the. It's all like almost. I mean, they mimic it to make it look like it's a single take. But yeah, he goes into the ambulance. They pump his stomach and they dress him up, and then bam, right into the scene where he's in the Dodger Stadium.
Yeah,
I love that because it was a really good like portrayal of what he was doing, like his cycle. Like, oh, let me get fucking drunk or whatever. Oh, snap him out of it. We got to make money, and then it was like he was a puppet,
right?
To everyone.
And you notice that a lot within the movies. Like he wakes up, he's like, "Where the fuck am I?"
Right.
Because he's been on a binge of drinking shows. Right. He doesn't even know where the fuck he is, and that's insane.
They just dress him up, slap him in the faces. All right, time for this show. He even forgot where he was at one point. Oh yeah, because we was on stage and he said, "Oh, I'm here playing at blah blah blah." Ah, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah,
and then they started booing at him,
and
So I'm like, it was really good the way they showed it through, the sense of musical or whatever.
Yeah.
Like their version of a montage. And it did really, really well.
Yeah.
So back to that scene you were mentioning, Pedro, about the drugs and stuff like that, where he ODs and jumps into the pool. Literally, that all happened in real life. Like that was not a lie, and the fastness of it all was also not a lie. In the movie, they portrays it so quickly, but that actually does happen. Like he does it all fast. So essentially, he ODs on pills, like at night or something like that. They pump him, and then a few hours after he gets pumped, he's doing that show in Dodger Stadium. So it's like it all happens that fast to him. And like he was talking about it in an interview, like, yeah, like that literally happened to me. And like I OD'd, they pumped the pills out of me, and I fucking got dressed and I went out and I performed this killer show in Dodger Stadium.
Right.
And I just love how they portrayed it. Like you watching it, and you're like, man, that happens so fast. Like that's fucking lame. Like, no, dude, that did happen to him. You know? It's insane. Like the visuals, they did it.
Yeah, and it makes sense of like his coping mechanisms that he used during all this. Like he came out and his mom was just like, "You're never gonna get loved." Yeah. He finds false love and it's like, this is pure hell. And then like he goes to his dad because he wants his dad to, like, to not tell anyone that he's gay, and it's just like his dad doesn't show him affection.
Right.
Doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, doesn't give a fuck about him. Basically, like, hey, like it's kind of like his dad was like, "Oh, people at work like your tunes."
Right.
Like I don't like it. I don't like your music.
Oh yeah, it was a scene. Hey, sign this for me. And he's like really happy.
He's not even that happy.
He's not happy.
Like,
he's like, fuck, all right. He's
whatever.
Just doing it.
Well, I actually kind of took it like, oh, okay, cool. At least he's a fan of my shit. But then when he put that, oh, no, don't do that.
But the guy, the bloke from work.
And that's when he was like, yo, fuck you.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm not even a fan of your music. And it was just like, he had no support system, and I can see why he lasted out at Bernie, I guess. But Bernie was around, but, at the time, I guess, the movie, it's a movie. It doesn't show much. But obviously, Bernie has his own shit. Bernie has dating other people and he's fucking hitting them.
Living his life, essentially.
He's like living his life. So he doesn't have anyone really to go to, and
he probably just pushed Bernie away anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then all it is just like he has contracts to do, million shows, and so that's it. Like get faded and do these shows, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean that pretty much goes to it. Then it cuts to him. Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the things I did like. So he starts off fully, completely dressed and the devil, and then with each story he starts taking off like different articles off. Like he'll take the horns off or whatever. And by the time he gets to the end of his story,
he's indifferent.
He's
he's just wrapped up in a robe, and it's just him. So that's already the end of his story when he already like this is who I am. Like
I've healed.
Yeah. No, I actually more took it like this is me. Like this is me out of my shell. This is without the
pills,
he dresses that extravagant. He does all that to hide.
Yeah.
Like it's all a facade. It's all a mask. And then he finally reveals it.
It's like what the guy was telling him in the beginning of the movie. You have to kill who you are to become who you want to be. To be the successful person you want to be, you have to kill this fucking guy you've always been, you know? So I think at that point he finally realizes like, oh, I'm going back to who I am.
I hate to bring this in, but that reminded me a little bit of like Last Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
Past, kill it if you have to. I was like, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
But
yeah, like I mean, let's wrap this up talking about Taron. Like he just killed it, man. Like the emotional scenes he was there. The singing he was there, the dancing he was there.
Yep.
Like every moment in the movie he showed up, you know, and I really enjoyed that. Even the scenes where he was getting fucked up, the scenes where he was actually, you know, being gay when he's not gay, like everything felt so real.
Right. Yeah.
And like he put 110%.
And at the end, it solidifies for me at least that moment, that what you're saying solidifies it, the moment where they impose him onto the I'm Still Standing song.
Yeah.
Because at that moment I'm like, oh, now they're just doing Oak Cliffs of Elton John.
Right.
Cool. And then I'm like, oh wait, no, that's still him.
That's still Taron, yeah.
So I'm just like, oh shit, this. He literally had for these 2 hours he has embodied Elton John,
Yes,
and this is not someone that I know like musically. So, but for the most part, I believe it. Like I 100%, I am invested. I believe this story. I believe this character.
Yeah.
And I believe like what they're selling me.
Even at the end when they were doing the side by side of him and the real picture
and the wardrobe, and
the wardrobe. That's it.
Even
so
the
cool.
costume design, it was like
so cool.
on point. Like they literally took snapshots of Elton John's like career and it's like, okay, let's like obviously probably the shows are incorrect, but like let's show these iconic costumes and everything that we do. Mm-hmm. Like there's not probably a moment that he's not wearing something that Elton did not wear.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So he executive produced it, so he definitely
had his hands. Yeah,
put in his stuff. Yeah,
and that's probably one of the best things about this movie. That since because I think it's his production company. Cause it's like Rocket Productions or something like that. So that's under it. So
normally I would be scared of that. I think, ooh, they want to rewrite it so that it it's in their favor.
It shines the star in a favorable way.
Yeah. Which maybe it did, but at the same time, it still showed enough of his bad to make it feel more genuine.
I think that's what Elton wanted. Like he wanted it to be fucking real.
Right.
He wanted it to be real. Like he's like, I'm not gonna hide who I am. Like this is my life. Like this is what has happened to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of it was exaggerated for dramatic effect.
Of course,
for sure. Some fucking movie.
But the thing is, I guess like in his, I mean, for the movie, I don't know much of his life, but I guess in this sense, his life as a character, he hasn't been a bad person. So it's not like he done scandalous things where like, oh, if I write this movie or if I produce this movie, let me hide these dark secrets I have. So it's like it's not like he had those really in public eye. So he can be. This is one of the moments where it's perfect to have the person who lives that life to be under it and say, these things happened, as opposed to someone like, let's say like if it was like a Michael Jackson biopic and Michael Jackson had to produce it, how many things would have been like hidden or something?
It's essentially
an honest man telling his honest story.
Exactly. And plus he was showing I live the rock star life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you don't really hide the rock star life. You know, you fucking blemish that shit. Like, you know. But it also humanizes him and his rock star life. And I think that's a lot of things that other movies or biopics about rock stars don't really do.
Well, I think I haven't seen that many rock star biopics, but I think what it does at least is the fact that like it gives reason for his outrageous antics because of his trauma and his like backstory.
Yeah.
There's like, well, there's a reason why you're out there being reckless, as opposed to maybe other rock star lives. So I don't know, kind of watch rock star lives, but I mean biopics. But it could be like, well, I had the money and the fame. What else do you expect me to do, like other than fuck and like, you know, go do drugs? You know?
Yeah.
This had a reason, like, well, I don't feel like me, so I need to
hide it.
I need to medicate that with like pills.
A bunch of other shit.
So I was reading that it took nearly 20 years to get this movie made.
But he's been trying to do it.
He's been trying to do it for 20 years. And originally, he was going to have Justin Timberlake play as Elton John.
Hey.
And then Tom Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah. But honestly, this guy fucking sold it. So
Yeah.
props to this.
Yeah, Taron killed it, dude. He the singing, he does a really good job singing it. Like you could tell it's not Elton John, but he does such a good job singing it himself that it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted too. He didn't want them to try that hard to actually imitate him. More just do your own thing, and it sounds close enough. Like the vibe of it.
Yeah.
The heart, I guess.
Yeah, he did a really good job. I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, I didn't see Bohemian Rhapsody, but I can't compare it. But I do think his performance is worthy of an Oscar nomination for sure.
But he's not gonna get it though.
Unfortunately, but it should at least get a nomination.
Probably for music or costume design. I don't think he's gonna get anything relevant.
Oh, we'll see. So you say no?
I don't. It's gonna get nominated.
I say it'll get a nomination,
but not for
You
acting.
think he is gonna get nominated?
I think he's gonna get nominated.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so.
All right.
Because the thing is that Rami
He won't
Malek,
win it though because a biopic already won last year.
Yeah.
They don't like to do that.
So I don't think he's gonna get it because again, the time it came out, the movie quote unquote bombed, and
Bumped?
Yeah,
because
but
it made 28 million.
bombing doesn't matter though, as far as
Biopic goes.
as far as Oscars go.
I just don't think he's in the people's zeitgeist. You know what I'm saying? Like Bohemian Rhapsody was in everybody's fucking face, and all the Queen music came up, and everybody was everywhere you went. There was fucking Queen music somewhere because it was in the people's minds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody was talking about Rami Malek, how good his acting was, blah blah blah. Don't get me wrong, Rami Malek did act pretty well, but I don't think he did as good a job as Taron did playing Elton.
Well, also it's a different movie because Bohemian Rhapsody wasn't a musical, so
No, it was a straight up biopic.
Right. But what I'm saying, like when it comes to Taron, like he's also praised for the singing, the dancing, the acting. Like so, it's like he has more to show in terms of talent than Rami Malek did.
But no one's gonna recognize that, and that's what I'm saying. And that's the unfortunate part of it all. Just because of the mindset that nobody had. Nobody's in the mindset of this, oh my god, this movie's so good. But you know what? Bohemian Rhapsody came out, everybody's like, oh, this movie's so good. And that's the problem. Like, it's not, the fervor is not there. Of people like, oh my god, like everybody needs to go see this movie because it's that good.
And I spoke to you about this when the movie ended, but do you think the reason why it won't achieve the heights of Bohemian Rhapsody, do you think it's because like Queen is just a bigger band and obviously Freddie Mercury is dead, so like his music and his legacy is like cemented in like history, as opposed to Elton John? Elton John's a fucking legend, but he's not Freddie Mercury.
He's not dead. That's what it is.
And okay,
it's because he's not dead. Like Queen is a legend and Elton John is a legend because Elton John has so many fucking hits and Queen has a lot of hits. So it's just the perspectives, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's dead, so we're doing this movie about our dead friend or whatever, blah blah blah. And Elton John is still alive. You can still talk to him if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you know, it's different. It's essentially different. Yeah. And then plus, Bohemian Rhapsody made so much fucking money that on top of it being a decent movie, it made so much money that people were talking about it. Oh my god, this movie was good, and on top of it made money. So this movie, like, it's good, but it didn't make money. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not in that word of mouth of like, it's not in the box office receipts. People are not talking about it like, oh my god, look how much money is this movie making, whatever. And with Bohemian Rhapsody, that was such part of the whole thing.
So Bohemian Rhapsody has a 61 on Rotten Tomatoes. And what else? Rocketman has a 90.
Yeah. People
critics like it. Critics are on the Oscar.
For sure. Yeah, but it's just
they get to vote for Oscars. So.
Yeah, it's just a mixture of things, dude. It's not in the people's mindset, you know, and that's the unfortunate part. Oh
shit! So Bohemian Rhapsody, for a budget of $55 million, made $903 million. Holy shit!
It made a lot of money, dude. That's what I'm telling you.
It has to be, dude, because.
And when did it come out?
It came out in October in the UK, and November 2nd in the US. But dude, I had to say that it's because it's Queen. It's fucking Queen. Queen is the biggest rock band ever. Like it's Queen and what, Metallica maybe?
What are you talking about?
As rock bands.
There's a lot of big rock bands. You can make a movie about the Beatles and it's just gonna blow up too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Beatles,
like,
yeah.
The thing is that
Queen is like God tier. Elton John is not God tier.
Man, I don't know.
I don't know, man. You could do a David Bowie one too, and it'll still be pretty fucking huge.
Yeah, and he's dead too, so it makes even more money.
It's true.
Like, look, the thing is that time period when it came out, Bohemian Rhapsody came out when there was nothing around it, and it made fucking shit ton of money.
Right.
And the fact that the movie was decent and the money, people talk about it more. Yeah. Like, oh my god, what the fuck? This Queen biopic is making so much money. Why is it making so much money? Let me go fucking see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it keeps it in the conversation, and it keeps it in people's mind and people's heads. And like, oh man, let's keep talking about this movie. And unfortunately, this movie's not gonna get that. And that's what I keep talking about. Like, it's just not in pop culture. Nobody's writing articles about this movie. Nobody's writing articles about how much money it's making. Nobody's writing how good the actor did. You know, none of that's happening. Nobody's fucking playing their Elton John songs everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, that movie created a cultural zeitgeist that everybody just jumped in on it, you know? And unfortunately, since the movie, this Rocketman didn't come out in the best of time, it creates a problem, dude. It wasn't, the attention wasn't there for everybody. And that's the unfortunate part. Well, ladies and gents, this is the end of the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you thought about Rocketman. Did you think it was better than Bohemian Rhapsody?
The correct answer is yes.
It is correct answer, yes. We will give you a gift card of $50 out of Orlando's paycheck if you answer yes.
Why my paycheck? You guys make more money than me.
No, you don't. You make more money than us. Anyways, follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook and the Grams. You can write comments, slide into our DMs and let us know what's up. What you thought? You know, we appreciate it. You can comment on a picture that we posted months ago and put, hey, I like Rocketman. And we will right back.
Months ago.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just fucking let us know what you thought about the movie, man. Till next time.
Bye-bye.
Later.